All right, guys, in this episode of Let's Test Podcast, we are diving into more mod talk. Today, we're going to take on the topic of skis. We're also going to answer your Q&As that you have inputted to us on our Instagram accounts. Let's jump right into it.
Look, I don't want to talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is
All right, guys, welcome back to yet another episode of the Let's Test Podcast. Like we stated, today we are talking skis. We're going to kind of break down a lot of the questions we get on Instagram and kind of do more of a deep dive into the builds, and then that'll lead us up to kind of our final, what we're riding, if you will, this winter. We're back in the shop.
Back in the shop.
Which feels kind of weird.
It is a little weird. The audio is a little different.
Way better.
Different.
Yeah. Before we get into it, if you guys like listening to these, like, share, subscribe. I will get these uploaded to Spotify. Links for Powderbound Adventures, Blackbird, and our other YouTube channel that we're shooting content on will be in the description. So AJ's got the new website out. It looks great.
Yeah, go check the new website out for sure.
Yep. And let's jump right into it. Before we talk about skis, archery season is coming to an end, and we didn't get to go hunt once.
We didn't hunt once together. It was like, I don't know where September went, to be honest with you. All of a sudden, we're sitting here. We were sitting here headed to Haydays, and then now it's like gone.
Yep.
Like the month is just gone. So how did it go?
Yeah, it went pretty good. Had some luck. I killed a bull the first hunt of the year, which I had mixed emotions about because it's like, well, I'm happy to get one with an over-the-counter archery tag, but I also wanted to hunt more. But I was gone 2 weekends. I think it was like close to 10 days in September.
Yeah, you were gone a lot.
Yeah.
And then you got sick. We were going to go out and look at elk the third weekend, and you were so sick that we weren't even able to make that happen.
Yeah.
So
bad deal.
Yeah, but I mean, it's awesome you got one. That definitely, I think we're starting to see more elk around, and it was I don't know, cool you were able to get one for sure.
Yeah, hit him on a 70 or 72 yard shot the first time and followed up, shot him at 114. That's what's up.
That's a poke out there. That is a big poke.
Went through his shoulder at 114.
That's impressive. And you had to buy a new bow.
Yeah, that was a freaking mess. Right before the season, I go out. I had shot quite a bit. Not quite a bit. Like a couple times. Leading up to August. And then I was shooting a lot in early August. And everything was dialed. And I start shooting. And I'm seeing my bow go lower and lower and lower. So I'm cranking higher and higher. And then it's starting to fall to the right. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what the heck the deal is. Well, I kind of figured out, I thought I needed a new string. So I go into the bow shop. I think it was just getting loose. So many shots.
Yeah. Stretching out.
Yeah. And so the speed wasn't there. So I asked him, I'm like, I need to get a new string. And he's like, dude, we're out 7 weeks.
Oh.
So I'm like, all right, I need to get a new bow then.
Yeah, guess I'm buying new.
Yeah, which is like the worst move, to switch everything a week before hunting season.
Yeah, that's awful. That is awful.
But it wasn't even, Ralphie, it wasn't even a week before hunting season. It was like 3 days, I think.
You were like getting ready to head out, I felt like.
Yeah.
And you like showed up and you're like, got the new bow. And I was like, oh, dang.
Yeah, which is so stupid, dude. I mean, that is not a good idea. Anyway, okay. Anything you want to say before we dive into some mod talk?
No, I think we've got some exciting things brewing with the podcast. We're definitely going to be cranking things up here to get them consistent. Hopefully going to be getting some guests on here really soon. We think we have everything pretty well dialed there. But yeah, we just wanted to hop on here real quick with us one more time, pretty much, and kind of dive into a couple things. So
yeah, okay. Skis. Let's talk skis.
Skis is the topic today, guys. So I've had some experience on Ski-Doo. You've had some experience on Lynx. You've put Polaris skis on a Lynx. You ran the new CNA Pro TMX last year.
Yep.
I ran the the Polaris Gripper ski. I've ran the Ski-Doo DS4 and the new, or I don't know if it's DS5 or DS4, but whatever the latest and greatest is, and then the generation before that. So ran those. But yeah, let's kind of dive into it. What we think, what the best ski is out there, what we like, and go from there.
Yeah, I mean, before we get into it, the thing that I will say, skis make a huge difference.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you really think about it, you have your track touching the snow and your skis sometimes touching the snow, depending on what you're riding.
I would rank the skis up there along with like handlebars, like the way you have your handlebars set up.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I think they get overlooked because I think with factory there are some pretty solid options.
Yep.
But CNA's done a good job of their marketing and push to athletes has been really good, I think, because now you can create a very flashy ski where it used to just be skis were, black or white.
Yeah.
Now
or
you
even
can
a red or a yellow or a green, it was just a solid color. But now that you can customize them and make them match your wrap or make them kind of stand out a little bit, it's kind of became a trinket item now, like
customization and a performance thing.
If you're getting performance out of ski, which is what, CNA skis is best for, is developing a ski that's better than what's already out on the market coming on the sleds. That's their number one goal. But then now they've added an element that has changed the game, in my opinion. Now you're going to be able to customize them to match your snowmobile, which that is a selling point right there. I think for most people, being able to have a ski that looks better on their sled and matches the whole design and everything, that's going to be the selling point alone. But or that's what's going to push them over the edge to buy. They might have been interested. Oh, is the ski better? Oh yeah, I'm interested. But I feel like that's one of those things where people would be like, I'd rather put a race can on my sled, or whatever. But the skis being a point of contact is very important. And with that customization, I think they really tapped into a market there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll be completely straight honest with you guys. CNA reached out to me last year, asked if I wanted to try out their new TMX ski. And I was very honest with them. I really like the Gripper ski, but I would try it out. And so they asked what colors I wanted, and I put it on the 146 and at the time 165. And before I get into my thoughts on it, the look is dramatic, I think, compared to a black ski.
Yes.
Yeah.
And especially pictures, videos, because you have that contrast of the actual color mixed in with the snow and everything. And it's like the skis are in the air, it is a vocal point of the snowmobile. Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, who cares? Well, everyone says they don't care, but all of us spend a lot of money on making our sled look different. So
exactly,
it is a big deal.
It is.
So I had ran, like AJ said, a Lynx ski. I'd rode Ski-Doos, none of their new skis a lot, but some of their old stuff. And I was just in love with the Gripper ski. I put the Gripper ski on my Lynx when I had it. Night and day better. And so I'm like, I don't know if I want to shy away, because I feel like for our riding conditions, the Gripper ski is incredible.
I couldn't agree more. I think the Gripper ski probably is one of the best on the market as far as skis go currently.
Yep.
And I haven't ran the CNA ski personally. I've rode your sled very little, not enough to give enough feedback. So I'm going to definitely put that pressure on you to give the feedback of the TMX. But between the Ski-Doo and the Polaris skis, it seems like the Polaris ski is better. I like the handle better for giving ski pulls. I like
way better.
I like the walking on it. I like just the overall performance of the ski on the trail and in the powder, the flotation of it. It just seems like it has a very, very good contact point. It seems to steer well,
holds edge
well, all around. It does a very good job, I feel like, for mountain sleds.
Yeah, so basically what AJ just said is what I told CNA. And graciously, they still sent me the stuff. So I tried it. And here's what I'll say. They told me this new TMX ski is a lot closer to a gripper ski than anything we had in the past. If you don't know what a gripper ski is, that's Polaris's factory ski.
Yeah, which originally CNA, they had a mountain ski, but it was like the snowmobile snowcross race ski, just wider and less keel.
Yeah.
And it was extremely stiff and just not a good mountain ski at all. Like it did not perform well. So go ahead.
Yeah, so I put them on the sled. Here's what I'll say for those of you who are thinking about it, especially on the Polaris side, but I think both sides. It's more aggressive feeling to me. It tracks way better, like jumping, trail, everything like that. Tracks way better. You don't get that like you're turning left and the ski is not doing anything to help you, turn. It's just sliding. It grips into the snow considerably better. The other thing, and this is a love-hate for me, honestly, it isn't exactly to your point. It's not that stiff like they used to be.
Yeah.
Like a race ski, but it is stiffer than a gripper ski.
It is stiffer than a gripper. It is definitely stiffer than a ski-doo ski. And like you said, I think there's positives and minuses to that. Positive, you bounce it off a rock, it's a lot stiffer and it holds up better. Bad side of that is it's stiffer. You bounce it off a rock, it might stop you and it might not. It might bend stuff, it might break stuff. And that feel in the snow, definitely you can feel that stiffer ski, not so much give. Not a big deal. I think you can definitely get used to it and it isn't that big of a deal. It's just like powder riding, but it is very noticeable that it is still a stiffer ski than a gripper or a ski-doo ski.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree 100%. The only problems, being completely transparent, that I got into, and I don't know if it was necessarily where it connected to the spindle or the material of the ski. It didn't want to, I don't think it drops as much. Gotcha. And I don't know if that's their ski rubber or whatever it is. It feels like the CNA skis don't have as much up and down flex, like not flex as in pressure flex,
but bend,
but like around the spindle.
Yeah. Yep.
And a lot of people are like, CNA ski rubbers are great. Well, maybe part of that is that whatever that mechanism is, you guys know I'm the opposite of a mechanic, but whatever the mechanism in there that allows that, whether it's the ski rubber or ski rubber or the bolts or whatever, it doesn't feel like it has the drop like you would. Okay, the drops that I'm explaining is like when your ski rubber tears. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like when you side hill ski drops.
Yep.
And so you pair that lot less of a drop or rise depending on the terrain you're on, and you pair that with a bit stiffer material, and sometimes you'll run into side hills through trees where the gripper ski probably would have kind of just soaked it up and bent over it. That one is more of a stiffer experience.
Yeah, you probably noticed that a lot when we were riding in Alpine because of the snow conditions, where you felt a lot more feedback from the ski than like with the gripper. It wasn't giving to the ground or anything like that. Yeah, I could see that. But
the thing that I really like about the CNA skis, I like feeling rigidity.
Yeah.
In a lot of places, like, well, to me, a perfect example was like the Lynx ski.
Yeah.
I hated it, dude.
Way too aggressive.
Like for our stuff.
Yes,
now they say for aggressive. Like Sweden stuff, it's dialed.
Snow. Yeah.
For us, it's just not ideal. Love the Lynx sled. Threw grippers on it and really loved the Lynx sled.
Yeah.
Like it just handles so much better.
It changed the entire handling of that Lynx.
Yeah.
Completely changed it.
Yeah, it was great. And that's when I realized how much skis made a difference.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, it really is a big difference. Overall, to wrap up my thoughts, I'm all over the place just like every other podcast. Dude, I start talking and I'm like thinking about 50 different things and then I'm like, oh yeah, bring it back.
Bring it back.
Would I recommend TMX CNA Pro skis? Even if I paid full price for them, 100% yes. for a guy that's on a Lynx, it's a no-brainer. Like, that would probably be the first thing that I ever did.
Yep.
But I want to go back to this real quick. I said a negative in the technical terrain, but let me tell you a positive. When the snow is not great, when it's a little bit slushier or harder, they are way, way, way better. Especially with jumps. That's where I really notice it.
Well,
they track straight.
Yeah, they track good.
Yeah.
They are firm. They hold their ground. Like, yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I think for a positive, that is what you have to say is like you are confident in that ski holding its edge and doing what you're telling it to do. Like, that's a very big confidence thing.
Yeah, and it was interesting when Boondock Nation was here because they were running the TMXs. They were I was talking to them about what they thought. They said that Dan Adams started running the TMX and he took out the carbides and just put wear bars.
Okay.
Because he felt like that was making it a little too steery, rigid, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I might be interested in trying that. I think at the end of the day, the feeling you're getting is just the increased stiffness of the actual material.
I think so too. I think you're just that hard plastic, that good firm corners, they're 90-degree corners and stuff. It's just tracking through the snow and it's grabbing where, I mean, sure, a wear bar, you're going to get a little less than the carbide, but overall, I think you're still going to get that like rigid, good track and ski out of it.
Yeah.
Which is the name of the game in the CNA world, like that's what they're known for. And yeah, they crush it.
Yeah.
And then as positives, the customization thing, huge positive in their book.
Yeah, 100%. Like, even if it performed a little bit less, and if I felt like it performed a little bit less in my head in a gripper ski, but it changed the look that much, I'm down for it.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Oh, dude, that's bullshit." But it's like, come on, dude.
No,
you
I know Brent.
Brent
would 100%. Like it does not matter.
Yeah.
Like performance wise, not important. If it looks good, I mean, I don't know how much money and time you dumped into making that 165 look good because you hated the look of it, but you will do anything to make it like you like it.
Yeah, on certain things like suspension and stuff like that, I really care about the performance.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like hoods or wraps or something like that, it's a look piece.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's all appearance at that point.
But yeah, so many people, dude, online, it's hilarious because it's like, you act like you don't care about the look of your sled, but you just wrapped it.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, dude.
You care.
We all care.
You care.
We all care.
Definitely.
It's a passion. We all care.
Yep.
Yeah. So what do you think about let me ask you this. If you like the gripper ski, why have you ever thought about running on the Ski-Doo?
That's funny that you say that because I have thought about it and I have gripper skis and I don't know why I never just put one on a day to try it.
Just try it.
I think that's something I want to try this winter because, since we have rode the TMXs on your sled enough, I want to try the gripper on the Ski-Doo and I want to try the TMX on the Ski-Doo. So this winter, that's one of my goals is to throw both those on the Ski-Doo and see how it goes. I would say the old generation Ski-Doo ski compared to the new generation one for last year. Last year's was definitely better. The little fishtail they did on the back helped. You get a lot of feedback in the steering on the Ski-Doo, or that's where all your feedback comes from.
Right.
So when you're doing counter steer, getting a little bit less pressure on the back of the ski seemed way better. That is definitely my worry with the TMX going on a Ski-Doo is I think you're going to get a lot of feedback out of it. The gripper I think is going to be soft enough and it's, kind of sleek like the Ski-Doo ski to where it might not be as much, but I still don't know if it's going to be as good as the Ski-Doo ski.
For the Ski-Doo chassis.
For the Ski-Doo chassis. So,
dude, I'll tell you what, it made that Lynx better in every single regard.
Well, and that's I need to do it because I think it might really just change the performance of the sled.
Yeah.
So I really, really do need to try it. But yeah, that's one thing with the Ski-Doo to me, it still feels darty in the front end. I can't trust like jumping and it doesn't feel like it tracks good. Yeah. So definitely why I don't really necessarily want an expert with a 32-inch front end because I'm already But I think I want to try some skis this year and see where it goes. But overall, I would say that new ski last year definitely helped feedback wise because hopping from a 24 to a 25 it was like you could feel that feedback for sure in the counter steer.
Yeah, and like Jack was on a Ski-Doo, and
Yep.
he said that he really liked the TMX ski.
Yeah. So maybe it does just firm up that front end to where you can trust what it's going to do. And maybe that's what it's looking for. Maybe that's what it needs. Maybe the Ski-Doo ski is extremely soft and pretty weak. I mean, I almost destroyed one on a rock last winter. So it just kind of deformed it and bent it. But yeah, that might be the ticket. I don't know. I might have missed the boat last winter.
Dude, you know, that actually is an interesting thought because on a Polaris, I don't feel like it needs any more precision in the front end.
Yeah.
Where I feel like Lynx and Ski-Doos do.
They feel very washy up there.
Right. But it's also exactly what you said with the feedback.
Yeah.
You don't want your arms ripped off all day, right?
Yep.
So it's like I'd be 50-50 on a betting man if you liked them better.
That's what that's where I'm at. I don't know how it's going to go.
God, I'd try them 100%.
I think I'm going to have to try them and see, and we'll let you guys know the outcome. But yeah, definitely something that I'm like curious about. Is it going to be, maybe it'll just be like, oh, this is way better in the springtime, you know, and that's where the Ski-Doo doesn't do good. Or it might be like, oh, wow, this thing gives a lot of feedback now. Like
it's wearing
me out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to try it on Ski-Doo, but yeah, overall, Gripper has been pretty impressive. That is a good ski.
That is a good ski. I really like the TMX. TMX are going to stay on my sled.
Nice.
I like them better.
Sweet. Well, that's kind of wraps up. If you guys have any ski questions, drop it in the comments. We'd be happy to answer them if we can, and if we can't, we'll get some answers to you. All right, so we're going to jump into some Q&A here. Fire at them, Brent.
Okay. Thank you for the people who submitted. Follow us on Instagram if you want to be part of the Q&A. We're going to bring this back for the winter time. We'd rather address them on a podcast where we can really give our feedback than try to type out a message when we're busy during the day.
And most likely, if you have a question, someone else has the same question. So don't hesitate. Throw them at us.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do these in order of when they came in.
Okay.
Why do people have so much trouble getting used to a monorail?
That's kind of a tricky question in itself. I think it's very dependent on the person, but I think it's just very responsive and very fast. You're most people either are used to having to really put their weight in to get it to respond, or give the handlebars a lot of feedback to get it to respond. And with that monorail, it doesn't take a lot of input to get it to go to its side. It's a lot of just like pressure with your feet. Polaris would be very similar, I would say. But what happens is people get it going and then they have a hard time getting it back. So then the timing, you got to feel with your feet that, oh, it's going left. I need to start putting pressure on the right to get it to come back right. And you got to read that beforehand. So I'd say it's just a feeling thing of knowing how to give it input, and the fact that they are just very responsive, and you have to give it quite a bit of input.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what he's talking about like an alpha rail.
Artie Cat has alpha rail,
a monorail. So instead of twin rails, two rails in between your tracks, or in between your track, you just have one. So the other thing I'd say to that, I agree with him 100%. The other thing, you have to think, most people are used to twin rails, and twin rails are going to behave a lot differently. So it's not necessarily a good or bad thing. It's just what you're used to.
It's just different.
Yeah,
it's literally a different option. Yeah.
And you have to think there again, like with two rails, your track is a lot more structured. So you can feel that edge, right?
Yeah.
Of when you're going too far or when you're on that, either side's rail. With a monorail, you don't feel that. And then to go more into your question about getting used to it, a lot of people don't like it because they claim that in the very steep terrain, there's not enough structure in the track and the track washes out. Now, I'm not claiming that. I haven't spent time on a Catalyst, but that's what you hear from people that don't like it.
It's definitely better on the Catalyst. The washout's better. It still can happen, but it's better than the Ascender just because the balance, the weight of the snowmobile is better. The other thing that I think people do on the Alpha Rail is they override it. it's a very neutral sled. And honestly, when I get older, I'm probably going to end up back on a monorail because it takes a lot less effort.
They're fun.
It's fun, and you can ride, straddle in the seat, and you can literally do anything with that sled from that. Now, it's arguable. Yes, you can do that on a twin rail too, but you can do the same things on the monorail easier riding straddled for sure.
Yeah. All right. What do you suggest for the judging at Power Hour next year?
That's a good one.
That's a great one. Us.
No, not even that. I think that it would be really beneficial to have maybe a little bit more of a rotating panel. I thought last year they said that the panel was going to be the previous people that had done the event prior. So like if you submitted a video this year, next year you're on the panel of judging the other videos.
Yeah.
I think that brings in a different scope of people to be able to have different like mindsets on it. They also were part of it, so they understand the impact of it, and they also would be like, oh, this, I know the challenge of making the video. I can relate to where this person was at and making the video or whatever, So
yeah.
I think that would be something. I don't know. What do you think?
The way that they have it set up right now, in theory, would be the best. Because in each area, those are arguably the best guys.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to say here. I just feel like there's too much that goes on before they watch the videos of Power Hour.
Yeah,
like I feel like there's preconceived things of certain people that are entering. I feel like they have kind of an idea who's where. I don't know.
The industry is too small. Those people that are up there on the stage judging have already had ties with the people that they are judging, whether that was through business, whether that was through a bad day on the mountain, whether
that's a great way to
good
say
day
it.
on the mountain. They already have ties with these people.
Yep.
And with that, there's a preconceived judgment. And I think that is what was shown this year.
Yep.
For better or for worse, I think emotions were a part of the Power Hour. If you can remove the emotions from it and judge it specifically off of what it is, I think that would help.
Bingo, there.
I think another thing that could help with it is for the people making the videos to have a little bit more time, to have a heads up of that, hey, you're going to be in the Power Hour.
Yep.
And then with that being said, those people need to know what they're working for. I think there was a miscommunication of, is this a best writer or is this a best filmmaker?
Yep.
And I think the last couple of years that's been confused because this year you saw good writers paired up with good filmmakers.
Yeah, that's another thing. What do you think about just ripping? You have to
do the edit.
Yeah, you have to film with your buddy and you have to make the edit. Not like you have to go hire. But dude, there again, okay, you're taking guys that have access to factory Lynx.
Yeah.
And guys that have not access or no access to any of that stuff.
Correct.
So, I mean, but there again, I guess if you're really judging it off the best video, they don't really care who or how they make it. It's just what's best. But what you said in the beginning, I think.
Either way, it's a great platform for everybody to get their name out there. I do think there's some technical things that if they could figure those out and make it a little more clear and straightforward, it would help for sure.
Yeah.
Good question, though.
Yeah. Okay, here's a good one for you. Favorite vintage sled pre-90s?
1976 Ski-Doo TNT ice oval sled, 340 RV. Damn. Hands down. Yep.
You know your vintage sleds.
I feel like this is going to be hard for BC.
I'm going to say our snowmobile sidecar. Is that a 90s?
No, it's a 2001.
Oh, okay. Oh, he said pre-90s.
Pre-90s, so it's got to be 80s.
Oh, I don't even know an 80s sled. I wasn't even alive then. A 1990 Polaris Chaos RMK / Boost 850. No, that's actually a good question. When I'm an old goozer, I'd like to start collecting some vintage sleds.
Yeah.
But right now, it's not really my wheelhouse.
Not your thing. I don't know. I think the John Deere liquefiers are pretty cool.
Yeah,
those
okay,
are
yeah,
awesome.
some of those. I just don't have one. Like, I walk through them on, I'm like, that's sick.
That's cool, yeah.
That's sick.
The old race sleds were the coolest, I think. You
Really?
know, so the like the liquid, when the liquid cooleds came around, so there were some Chaparrals that were awesome. Then shoot, what was it? Oh, the Yamaha SRXs. Those were pretty cool. Some of those were like black and gold. Those were awesome.
Dude, you know what I like? Is like when you go to Heydays and you look at those vintage sleds and they're like for one purpose.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Like you don't see it anymore.
It was like a tool.
Yeah. Or like an ambulance sled.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if that was from the factory or what, but like just some stuff that had character.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah. No, those are cool.
Yeah, I wish I'd give you a better answer on that. If I have only ridden a Polaris and I like it, is there any reason to try a Ski-Doo, parentheses turbos? Well, I'll give you my opinion. I ride Polaris right now. I don't think there's a problem with trying every single thing out and seeing what you have the most fun on. But that comes at if your friends have them, obviously throw a leg over and try them. When it comes to buying something different, that's up to your budget. But I was telling AJ, I think we were talking about this at Heydays. I'm like, sometimes I just feel like getting something different.
Yeah. Sometimes you just want to try something different. That's what you want, is something different, right?
And do I think it's better? No. I just want to try it because it's different.
You want to do something different. Yeah.
And it's fun. So.
I would say the Ski-Doo definitely has its positives. I'd say the Polaris has its positives. Just if you're going to switch from Ski-Doo to Polaris or Polaris to Ski-Doo, you have to be willing to give it a couple days before you judge it too hard. Yeah. It's definitely not I'm going to hop on this for 15 minutes and be like, oh my goodness, this is the move. Like if you're comfortable on one or the other, you're not going to be like, wow, this is something else.
Yeah. I mean, what I'd say is like, I'd be open to trying a Ruffian or a snow bike.
Yep.
And if I have more fun on that than I do on a snowmobile, then I'll go buy one of those.
Yep, for sure.
But yeah, I think it's all about fun. And when it comes to like progressing as a rider, I'm assuming you own a Polaris maybe?
Yeah.
No, you don't need a Ski-Doo.
They both have problems.
Yeah.
What problems do you want to deal with? And where do you get good dealer support to be able to help you?
Bingo.
That's the magic right there.
Yep. Try them all if you can.
Yep.
What is your camera setup? Vlog cam, Insta360, etc. Love your work, by the way, buddy. Appreciate that. Camera setup. This is a pretty frequent question I get asked. So for bodies, we use A7S3 99% of the time. We do use a Sony A1 some of the time. That's more for pictures. A7S3 is more than adequate, especially for social media stuff. But we will do high frame rate pictures or more megapixels, or just shoot video with A1. I think the biggest thing you're looking for is autofocus, like for snowmobiling specific. Autofocus, and I'm talking bodies here. Autofocus and higher frame rates.
Yep.
So
for slow motion, for slow-mo stuff.
Yep. And then you use an A7 IV.
Yep.
Which is a great camera.
Yeah, it's been awesome for me for a price range and entry level, and for someone that really doesn't know anything about cameras, pretty good start point for sure.
Yeah. So for lenses, because I can't just say the bodies without the lenses. So lenses, snowmobiling, I will take a 16 to 35. That covers talking to the camera. That covers lunch shenanigans, fire shenanigans, truck shenanigans, trailer shenanigans. So that lens covers all of that. and then I take the dog's barking, as you can probably hear, and then I take a 70 to 200 Sony lens. So that covers 90% of the riding stuff.
Yep.
If you're gonna go to a one lens setup, I think AJ has it dialed. It's a 24 to 105 f4 from Sony. If you're shooting Sony stuff, but there's a lot of good options. You just gotta kind of pick your budget. You don't even need. I mean, we shoot a lot of stuff on cell phones. Some of our most viral stuff on Instagram is cell phones.
Cell phone clip, yeah. These cell phones shoot amazing stuff.
Yeah. But that's just, you got to, and I've talked about this before, but you kind of got to get, in my opinion, you kind of have to get educated. And I'm not saying I'm the most educated, but you kind of have to know how to use a camera and settings and stuff like that. It's not rocket science, but you kind of have to get passionate about that and learn that to really take advantage of an expensive camera setup.
For sure.
You can look up YouTube videos, pro filmer with a iPhone versus beginner filmer with a $50,000 cinema rig, and the iPhone stuff comes out better because they don't know what they're doing.
Yep.
Not saying that I do. I'm just saying. Insta360. Yeah, we use an Insta360. We don't really use it that much. The biggest problem for me is the editing. Yeah. I just don't like editing in that app.
Yeah. It really ties your hands.
Yeah. We use it. It's just something that we don't use that much. I started we use GoPros, obviously, like actual GoPro brand.
Yep.
And that's what you use.
That's what I use. And GoPro brand. Uses. Yep.
Hero. I have like a Hero 11 or 10.
Either 11s or 12s or 10s or something.
Yeah, you have the newer one. I think mine's a 10.
Okay.
Great footage. The only problem with it is the battery. The batteries die all the time, so you have to keep them warm. And then once you put them out, they just don't last long. So I went to a Insta360 Ace Pro 2. I don't feel like the image quality is as good as the GoPro, but it is very consistent on turning on, turning off, filming, shutting off. And the batteries, I can use one battery and it's at 50% at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how cold.
4 GoPro Enduros every day, and it's not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drone, DJI Mavic 4, that's a whole other thing. It sounds like you can't buy DJI in America right now.
Oh, wow.
But there's ways to get your hands on them. I think that's mainly it.
Yeah.
For everyday stuff.
For what we'd use normally, yeah.
Other stuff here and there, gimbals and stuff like that, but not often at all. Take the skis off the 146 and do a video, see how far you can wheelie. Dude, I've actually thought about doing that.
We should honestly do it. I think it'd be a good little bit. For sure.
Until it's not.
Until you're laying on your face.
Yeah, until those skis come down at 60 miles an hour. What? Ting?
Yeah.
No, I definitely should.
That'd be a good one. It'd be viral for sure.
Yeah, for probably all the wrong reasons. Okay, this is a great thought, whoever submitted this. What if buddy tracking worked across all 3 manufacturers and used Onyx off-road maps?
Oh, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
That would be incredible, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it be crazy if we could get like CarPlay on our big screens of our snowmobiles like they have in side-by-sides? And be able to, I mean, you'd have to figure out the buddy track and stuff in that standpoint. But if you could do CarPlay, and then if you could get Onyx or somebody like that to do a GPS thing for it, like your location, add your buddies or something. I mean, 1, it would be good for hunting too.
Yeah.
2, it would also work really good for snowmobiling. I don't know. It'd be awesome to throw out there, Adam, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely love it. I'm a big advocate of Onyx and buddy tracking separately. Being completely honest, the last couple of years, I haven't even linked anybody's buddy tracking to my sled.
It's funny. I had that Polaris that whole season. We never linked up once.
Every time we lost each other. Dude, we should really link these things together. Let's do it when we get back to the trailer. Yeah. I'm cold. Yeah, all right. Never did it.
Never did it.
Brad's, I haven't linked mine to
That's funny.
that either. The first year we did, and it was amazing. I don't know why we don't do it.
Yeah, it can be helpful.
But I can have problems with my ride command.
It's not always on. It's not always working. It's not perfected yet, for sure. Polaris hasn't perfected it.
And I've had a couple problems with Onyx, but Onyx is pretty dang good.
Yes.
I love Onyx. Okay, last one. Why won't Voke do Iron Dog with me? Smasher, I don't know why he won't do it with you. I think it's because I've been telling him he's getting old, but maybe you can tell him he's getting old and it'll mean more. I don't know.
He probably just doesn't have it in him.
Yeah, he doesn't have that dog in him.
Yeah,
I don't think I have that dog in me either.
I don't know. I know I don't either. That's for sure.
I saw your stories last winter. I'm like, it doesn't look like my cup of tea. I'm more of a fireball by the campfire kind of guy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm right there with Eric. I'm good.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool if you guys did a joint venture.
Yeah, he should at least, I would say he should at least venture up there to support Smasher.
Yeah, dude, I would like to go up there and see that thing.
Yeah.
The resources have to be incredibly tough.
Oh, it's got to be brutal.
You can't just drive up there with all your stuff. Yeah. Well, I guess you could. Well, I don't know if you can in the winter.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, all the respect to you, Smasher, for
great job.
That.
Great job.
You got that dog in you. Anyway, that'll wrap up questions for this week. Next week, if you guys have a question, don't be shy. Put it on the Q&A on our stories, and we will answer them to the best of our ability. Great questions. We appreciate it.
Till next time.
See ya.
Support us in the Lynx.
Let her eat. Peace.